the first thing to think about when you're training this iron palm is to understand that the object of this training is to use your dantian, your center, to move your arm, right? So instead of using uh, shoulders to move your arm, the whole goal in iron palm training is to use your back and this connection uh, all the way from here to your arm to move the arm, right? So you're thinking of like a ground force, right? From here all the way up through the arm to my fingers, right? So that sort of pathway is what you're training, right? And in the beginning, it takes a while to sort of get the hang of this connections, and one of the requirements is to be relaxed because uh, think of it as training a supplemental system, right? So if you're using weights, you're actually activating the muscle, but in doing this sort of iron palm training, what you're activating is the supplemental system, which Mike Sigmund calls the suit, right? It's basically the fascial layer, which sort of think of it like a suit which covers your whole body, and it's weaker than the muscular system. So what you're training through visualization and through these practices is actually uh, making it stronger, right? In the beginning, it's very weak, right? But as you get better at it, you sort of like learn how to train this and make this stronger. So coming back, right, for the whole idea of iron palm training is learning these connections. So in the beginning, you just have to be relaxed, right? Stretching is really good because it sort of builds this fascial connections all the way to the arm, right? So, and it has to be relaxed because if you're tight, what's going to happen is you're going to activate your muscular system, and it's not very helpful, right? It takes time, right? It's just like weightlifting, right? It takes a long time before you can lift heavy weights. It's the same idea here as well. You're developing the elastic layers, which sort of have these contractile properties, and to sort of develop it, you have to be relaxed, which is why a lot of this Chinese systems that you see compared to a lot of the Japanese system, there's a lot more focus on relaxation because you're training these uh, fascial layers, right? So, and that's why you have to be relaxed. Tension will actually inhibit you from developing that. That's why you have to be like really relaxed. So the first step is to sort of realize like, okay, this connection to my arm I'm developing, right? And there are different ways to develop that, but the assumption here is you've worked on it for a while so that you have this connection which goes through your foot, right? So what I'm going to do is, and I'll do it slowly, right? So I'm learning how to stretch and bring my arm here, right? So the whole idea is learning how to stretch and bring your arm, and you're letting gravity sort of really drop your arm. You're not using your, so it's super relaxed, and you're learning how to bring this arm right here, right? So it's driven by this motion. So that's sort of like the first step of learning how to move with the dantian to train this idea of iron palm.